Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Philippine Nurse Retires Home, and I hope that you have a great day. Outside it's kind of still a little cold, but my flowers are starting to bear flowers. The roses, they're really confused because the temperature here, we never had really a good winter. So now they're confused because we had spurts of warm weather for about 2 weeks. It even went up to like 80, and it only takes 70 degrees for those flowers to really bloom. So meaning they're confused. I'm partly confused, but anyway, I'm looking forward to my not vacation, it's a visitation on March to the Philippines, and I hate to really leave my husband here by himself because I am there all the time for him, fix his lunch, make sure that he's doing he's following good healthy nutrition, so I make sure of that. And he's really my friend. We go off and on, and he's really just my buddy. But anyway, he has 3 cats here to keep him company. Anyway, today's topic, I had a video about this before, but I erased it. But anyway, for some reason, I have developed the courage to talk to you about this, okay? It's about Filipino family dynamics, okay? And I'm sorry if in case you have some comments, if you get some negative experiences about the Philippine culture, I'm sorry about that. But overall, Filipinos are really good people, and they're very good family to have. Now, this is about how are the Filipino family accepting the presence of a foreigner married to their child, okay, to one of their family. Anyway, if you dig out the history of the development of the Filipino culture, we actually have a lot of cultures that are integrated to our own culture. We never really had our own culture from the very beginning. It's more like there's a lot of integration of different, like Chinese, Spanish, Americans, Muslims, Christians. So we have a lot of cultures that is in our own culture. So anyway, so if you're gonna ask me how are we accepting that, I think the Filipino family is very receptive to that kind of situation. So there are pros and cons that you have to think about marrying to a Filipino family culture, okay? There's pros. I'm gonna start with the pros first, okay? When you're married to a Filipino, you are marrying the whole entire group of people, the family and extended family, or the community itself, okay? You are a member of that, or a group of people. So since you're a member, they're expected for you to have some inputs, feedback, and then help out on everything what the family will have, like struggles, finances, and so on and so forth, okay? But you never feel alone, never will feel alone. And supposing you get sick, they will be there for you in the hospital and be a runner. One of the nephews there would be assigned to take care of you, okay? Because you are an uncle, right? Now, when you build a house, and this happened to me, my brother-in-law is there for me all the time. I'm feeding him, and I give him a little bit of maybe allowance here and there, and for the gas, and he's there for me 24/7. He's on call for me, and then he never really expect anything back because I helped them out before. So it's like a debt of gratitude, I guess. But anyway, that's part of being a member of that family. Due to this, you will develop some sort of sense of security that you're never alone to handle struggles like that by yourself, because they are there for you all the time. That is the good thing about being married to that kind of culture, okay? The cons and the Filipinas knows this. Filipina women knows this, okay? They, since the family is one, sometimes they get involved with the rearing of your children, okay? They get involved, just like me. I sent one of my siblings to school, and she became a doctor, and then I sent another two nieces and nephews to be nurses. And then this doctor, when she had her own practice, she helped out one of the nephews and became another one. And then this would trickle down, this kindness will trickle down to another generation. But gladly enough, I do not have very much of family there left in my certain community. I don't have very much of that. But I stopped doing that when my mom and my dad died. Both of them died. So I stopped being too involved with that anymore, because my child is going to college and they know that. So I have to tell them frankly, hey, I cannot be involved too much anymore financially because I cannot afford it. And they understand, and they can do it on their own. They're independent enough, okay? So I put a stop on that. And since sometimes they feel like they are a member of the family, they help out the children go to school and so on and so forth. Sometimes it's the thought that they have a voice. Sometimes they give you unsolicited advice how to rear your children, because they're involved in that part, Sometimes they're really annoying, and they can be they can step on your foot, So you just have to tell them diplomatically, it's my direct responsibility to take care of my child. So they will understand that. All right. During financial crisis, you can get involved. If you have more money, you have the money, then that's the issue, that you are expected to help them during their struggle, like hospitalization and so on and so forth, okay? So you're expected to join them. Now, to beat that, I would say, set aside a certain amount monthly, like $50, and set that aside, and don't forget about that. And eventually you're gonna have enough money there that in case of emergency, you can just tap into that. And you're not even going to feel the stress. So at least when they ask something, even just a little bit, you give them something, and they will be satisfied, because they will feel like you are still a member of the family. So that's one thing. Or if you cannot handle that, after you marry, you probably need to exile yourself about hundreds of miles away from the whole family, the entire group, and they can only see you, once in a while, all right? So it all depends. But I would tell you this, before you marry somebody in the Philippines, please do not do it by impulse, okay? Because not all of those girls that you are going to marry to the intention is because of the love. Their intention sometimes because it is financially motivated. Okay, that's really truth. That's all over the whole entire world. That's not only Filipinos. Because of hardship, sometimes it make them do like that. Okay, there's no more sometimes inhibition on those girls, and they will be very aggressive in pushing to get married to you. But anyway, not all girls are like that in the Philippines at all. They're very good girls. There's a lot of them, because Philippines is a big Christian country, and they're very religious people, and they believe in karma. They really do believe in karma. So they tend to stick to the marriage unless if you are a bad husband, okay? But I'm glad that I was able to talk to you about this. This is the real thing, because sometimes we tend to be very how do you call this, diplomatic or something like politically correct, that we don't really want to deal with the real thing, that issue. That's why I don't want to sugarcoat anything. You know, we tend to do that so that we do not want to be stressed out about everybody else, and you don't want to deal with comments. But I tried my best to get this to you today, okay? But that's a touchy subject, but I hope that I was able to touch that some, okay? Later on, maybe I can talk to you about age gap and so on and so forth, and other things about family dynamics in the Philippines, hoping that I can help you out, okay? And thank you. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.